What if the secret to building lasting wealth wasn't found in complex financial strategies or get-rich-quick schemes, but in the simple, timeless wisdom of a gardener tending to his plants? Welcome to the complete breakdown of John Soforic's The Wealthy Gardener, a book that revolutionizes how we think about prosperity by comparing wealth building to the patient, methodical process of growing a garden. This isn't just another personal finance book. It's a profound exploration of the mindset, habits, and principles that separate the wealthy from everyone else, told through the intimate conversations between a successful father and his ambitious son. John Soforic spent decades studying millionaires, analyzing their habits, and discovering the common threads that led to their success. What he found wasn't luck, inheritance, or even exceptional intelligence. Instead, he discovered that wealthy people think and act fundamentally differently about time, effort, and growth. The central metaphor is powerful. Just as a gardener plants seeds, nurtures them with consistent care, and patiently waits for the harvest, wealthy individuals plant financial seeds through their daily actions and let compound growth work its magic over time. In this book, Soforic presents 100 concise lessons organized around the key principles that govern wealth creation. Each lesson is a conversation between the wealthy gardener and his son, revealing practical wisdom that you can apply immediately to transform your financial future. Over the next 28 minutes, we'll explore the 7 core sections that contain the blueprint for prosperity. You'll discover why most people remain financially stuck, the daily habits that create wealth, and the mindset shifts that can change everything. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to plant, nurture, and harvest your own wealth garden. So, let's begin this transformative journey. The foundation, planting the right seeds. The wealthy gardener begins with a fundamental truth. Wealth is not an accident. It's the predictable result of planting the right seeds and nurturing them with consistent care. Just as you can't plant weeds and expect roses, you can't engage in poor financial habits and expect prosperity. The first crucial lesson is understanding that wealth building is a process, not an event. Most people look for shortcuts, lottery tickets, and get-rich-quick schemes. But real wealth comes from understanding that every financial decision is either planting a seed of prosperity or a weed of poverty. Lesson: the time investment principle. The wealthy gardener explains to his son that the wealthy view time differently than everyone else. While most people trade time directly for money through jobs and wages, wealthy people invest time to create systems that generate money without their constant presence. This means choosing delayed gratification over immediate pleasure. It means investing hours today in learning skills, building businesses, or acquiring assets that will pay dividends for years to come. The wealthy understand that the pain of discipline weighs far less than the pain of regret. Lesson: the compound growth mindset. Just as a small seed can grow into a mighty tree, small financial actions compound into significant wealth over time. The wealthy gardener shares how a young person saving just $200 per month and investing it wisely can become a millionaire by retirement, while someone who waits until middle age to start will struggle to reach the same goal, even with much larger monthly contributions. The key insight is that compound growth rewards those who start early and remain consistent. Every day you delay is an opportunity cost that can never be recovered. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Lesson: the service principle. The wealthy gardener reveals that all sustainable wealth comes from serving others. The more people you serve, and the better you serve them, the more prosperous you become. This isn't about charity. It's about creating value in the marketplace. Wealthy people constantly ask, how can I solve problems for others? They look for unmet needs, inefficiencies, and opportunities to add value. They understand that money flows toward value creation, and the size of your paycheck is directly proportional to the size of the problems you solve. The mental garden. Thoughts become things. The wealthy gardener explains that before you can grow external wealth, you must cultivate internal wealth consciousness. Your thoughts about money, success, and your own capabilities determine your financial destiny more than any external circumstance. Most people have been programmed with poverty consciousness from childhood. They believe that money is scarce, that wealthy people are greedy, or that they don't deserve financial success. These limiting beliefs act like weeds in the garden of consciousness, choking out the growth of prosperity. Lesson: the abundance versus scarcity mindset. The wealthy operate from abundance thinking. They believe there's enough success, money, and opportunity for everyone. This allows them to collaborate, take calculated risks, and think big. Poor people operate from scarcity thinking, believing that someone else's success diminishes their own chances. The wealthy gardener teaches his son to celebrate others' success rather than resent it. Every millionaire you meet proves that wealth is possible. Instead of thinking, why them and not me? Ask, if they can do it, how can I do it too? Lesson: the ownership principle. Wealthy people take complete responsibility for their financial situation. They don't blame the economy, their boss, their background, or their circumstances. They understand that while they can't control what happens to them, they can always control their response. This ownership mentality is liberating because it places power squarely in your hands. If your current financial situation is your responsibility, then changing it is also within your power. The wealthy gardener emphasizes that victims stay poor while owners get rich. Lesson: the long-term vision. The wealthy think in decades while the poor think in days. The wealthy gardener explains that every decision should be evaluated based on its long-term consequences, not just immediate gratification. This long-term thinking enables better financial decisions at every level. When choosing between spending and investing, between comfort and growth, between easy and effective, wealthy people consistently choose the option that serves their long-term vision, even if it requires short-term sacrifice. Lesson: the learning imperative. The wealthy gardener reveals that the wealthy are voracious learners. They understand that their earning power is directly connected to their learning power. While others watch television or engage in idle entertainment, wealthy people are reading, studying, and developing skills that increase their value in the marketplace. The father teaches his son to invest at least 1 hour daily in learning something that could increase his income. This might mean studying business, developing technical skills, or learning from mentors and successful people. The gardening routine. Small actions, big results. The wealthy gardener explains that wealth isn't built through occasional grand gestures, but through consistent daily habits. Just as a gardener tends to plants every day, wealthy people engage in prosperity-building activities as part of their daily routine. Lesson: the morning success ritual. The wealthy start each day with intention and purpose. The wealthy gardener shares his morning routine: early rising, physical exercise, meditation or reflection, goal review, and priority planning. This ritual creates mental clarity and emotional strength for the challenges ahead. The key insight is that how you start your day determines how you experience your day. Wealthy people protect their mornings from distractions and use this prime time for activities that align with their long-term goals. Lesson: the priority matrix. The wealthy gardener teaches his son to distinguish between urgent and important activities. Most people spend their days responding to urgent but unimportant demands, emails, phone calls, other people's crises. Wealthy people focus primarily on important but not urgent activities: learning, planning, relationship building, and system creation. This requires saying no to good opportunities so you can say yes to great ones. The wealthy understand that time is their most valuable resource, and they guard it fiercely. Lesson: the revenue-producing hour. Every day, the wealthy gardener dedicates specific time to revenue-producing activities. This might mean making sales calls, developing new products, networking with potential clients, or working on business systems that generate income. The principle is simple. If you're not actively working to increase your income, you're passively accepting your current financial situation. One focused hour daily on income-generating activities can transform your financial trajectory within months. Lesson: the investment habit. The wealthy gardener practices automatic investing. Before paying any other expenses, he pays himself first by automatically investing a percentage of his income. This creates a forced savings mechanism that builds wealth, regardless of spending temptations. The specific percentage matters less than the consistency. Whether it's 10%, 15%, or 20% of income, the key is making it automatic and non-negotiable. Over time, you won't miss the money, but you'll definitely notice the growing investment account. Lesson: the relationship investment. Wealthy people understand that your network determines your net worth. The wealthy gardener explains how he systematically builds and maintains relationships with other successful people. This isn't about using people. It's about creating mutually beneficial connections. Every day, he reaches out to someone in his network, adds value to their life, or strengthens the relationship. Over time, these relationships become sources of opportunities, referrals, partnerships, and wisdom that accelerate wealth creation. Lesson: the evening review. Each evening, the wealthy gardener reviews his day. What went well? What could be improved? What did he learn? What progress did he make toward his goals? This reflection process ensures continuous improvement and keeps him aligned with his priorities. This daily accountability prevents days from passing without progress. It creates awareness of time usage and helps identify patterns that either support or sabotage wealth-building efforts. Growing your financial garden. Creating value systems. The wealthy gardener explains that true wealth comes from building systems that create value for others while generating income for you. This section focuses on the practical strategies for growing your financial garden through business, investing, and skill development. Lesson: the business mindset. Even if you work for someone else, the wealthy gardener teaches thinking like a business owner. This means focusing on profit and loss, looking for inefficiencies to fix, and always seeking ways to increase value delivery. Employees think about tasks. Business owners think about results. The wealthy understand that job security comes not from company loyalty, but from becoming so valuable that you're indispensable. They constantly work to increase their skills, expand their responsibilities, and demonstrate measurable value to their organizations. Lesson: the multiple income streams principle. The wealthy gardener explains that relying on a single income source is like planting only one type of crop, dangerous and limiting. Wealthy people systematically develop multiple income streams through various investments, businesses, and value creation activities. These might include rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, royalties from intellectual property, business ownership, consulting income, or passive income from systems they've built. The goal is creating financial resilience and accelerated wealth accumulation. Lesson: the skill development strategy. The father teaches his son that in the modern economy, your skills are your most important assets. While others worry about job security, skilled people create their own security by becoming masters of valuable crafts. The wealthy gardener recommends focusing deeply on skills that solve important problems, are difficult to outsource, have high demand in the marketplace, and can be leveraged to serve many people simultaneously. Mastery of such skills virtually guarantees financial success. Lesson: the investment philosophy. The wealthy gardener shares his investment approach. Buy assets that appreciate in value while generating income. This might mean real estate that appreciates while producing rental income, or stocks that grow in value while paying dividends. The key insight is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money from your pocket. Wealthy people accumulate assets while avoiding unnecessary liabilities. Lesson: the leverage principle. Wealthy people understand leverage, using other people's money, time, and skills to amplify their results. The wealthy gardener explains how to ethically leverage resources to create win-win situations that benefit everyone involved. This might mean borrowing money to buy income-producing real estate, hiring employees to multiply your productive capacity, or partnering with others who have complementary skills. Leverage allows you to achieve more than you could through individual effort alone. Weathering the storms, resilience in wealth building. The wealthy gardener acknowledges that the path to prosperity isn't always smooth. Just as gardens face storms, droughts, and pests, wealth builders encounter obstacles, failures, and setbacks. This section focuses on developing the resilience to persist through difficulties. Lesson: the failure reframe. The wealthy view failure differently than everyone else. While most people fear failure and try to avoid it, wealthy people understand that failure is education in disguise. Each failure provides valuable lessons that bring you closer to success. The wealthy gardener teaches his son to ask different questions when facing failure. What can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? What would I do differently next time? This reframes, transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Lesson: the persistence principle. Most people quit too early. They start a business, invest in the stock market, or pursue a goal, but abandon it at the first sign of difficulty. The wealthy gardener explains that success often comes just after the point where most people give up. Wealth building requires the patience to plant seeds and wait for harvest, the persistence to continue through difficult seasons, and the faith to keep working even when results aren't immediately visible. Champions are simply people who persist longer than everyone else. Lesson: the risk management philosophy. While wealthy people take more risks than average, they're not reckless gamblers. The wealthy gardener teaches calculated risk-taking. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. Always have backup plans and diversify your risks across multiple opportunities. The goal is taking intelligent risks that offer asymmetric rewards, situations where the potential upside far exceeds the downside risk. This approach allows wealth builders to benefit from positive outcomes while limiting damage from negative ones. Lesson: the support system. The wealthy gardener emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with people who support your wealth-building goals. This includes mentors who've achieved what you want to achieve, peers who share similar ambitions, and family members who understand and support your vision. Many people are surrounded by those who discourage big dreams, criticize ambition, and promote mediocrity. Changing your environment and associations is often necessary for changing your financial trajectory. Money mindset mastery. Internal barriers to wealth. The wealthy gardener explains that most people's financial problems are psychological, not practical. They have the knowledge to build wealth, but lack the proper mindset to implement what they know. This section addresses the internal barriers that prevent prosperity. Lesson: the worthiness factor. Many people unconsciously believe they don't deserve wealth. These limiting beliefs often stem from childhood programming about money being evil, rich people being greedy, or success requiring sacrifice of integrity. The wealthy gardener helps his son identify and eliminate these self-sabotaging beliefs. The truth is that money is simply a tool for creating freedom, security, and the ability to contribute to others. Wealthy people who use their resources wisely make the world better, not worse. Lesson: the instant gratification trap. Modern society conditions people to expect instant results. We have instant communication, instant entertainment, and instant everything. But wealth building requires delayed gratification, sacrificing today's pleasures for tomorrow's freedom. The wealthy gardener teaches his son to find satisfaction in the process, not just the outcome. Learning to enjoy the journey of growth, learning and progress makes the delayed rewards more bearable and the ultimate success more meaningful. Lesson: the comparison trap. Social media and modern culture constantly encourage comparison with others. People see others' highlight reels and compare them to their own behind-the-scenes struggles. This creates dissatisfaction, discouragement, and poor financial decisions based on keeping up with appearances. The wealthy gardener advises focusing on your own progress rather than others' positions. Compete with your past self, not with other people. The only comparison that matters is where you are today versus where you were yesterday. The harvest season. Beyond personal prosperity, the final lessons focus on the ultimate purpose of wealth building, creating a legacy that extends beyond personal comfort to benefit others and make a lasting positive impact on the world. Lesson: the contribution principle. The wealthy gardener explains that true fulfillment comes not from accumulating wealth, but from using wealth to contribute to others. This might mean supporting causes you believe in, helping family members achieve their dreams, or creating businesses that solve important problems. Wealthy people understand that money is a responsibility as much as a privilege. The more resources you have, the greater your ability to make a positive difference in the world. Lesson: the teaching imperative. Just as the wealthy gardener shares wisdom with his son, truly wealthy people feel compelled to teach others what they've learned. This isn't about boasting or showing off. It's about helping others avoid mistakes and accelerate their success. Teaching others also reinforces your own knowledge and creates additional income streams through consulting, speaking, writing, or coaching. The act of sharing wisdom often generates more wealth while serving others. Lesson: the generational thinking. The wealthy gardener thinks beyond his own lifetime. He considers how his actions today will affect his children, grandchildren, and future generations. This long-term perspective influences every major decision and creates motivation to build lasting wealth rather than just temporary comfort. This generational thinking also applies to the businesses you build, the systems you create, and the positive impact you make. True wealth builders create value that continues generating benefits long after they're gone. And there you have it, the complete wisdom from John Soforic's The Wealthy Gardener, distilled into the essential lessons that can transform your relationship with money and success. Let's recap the key insights that can revolutionize your financial future. First, understand that wealth is a process, not an event. Like a garden, it requires planting the right seeds, consistent nurturing, and patient waiting for the harvest. There are no shortcuts, but the proven path works for anyone willing to follow it. Second, cultivate the wealthy mindset before focusing on wealthy strategies. Your thoughts about money, success, and your own capabilities determine your financial destiny. Abundance thinking, personal responsibility, long-term vision, and continuous learning form the foundation of prosperity. Third, develop daily habits that compound into wealth over time. Morning routines, priority focus, revenue-producing activities, automatic investing, relationship building, and evening reviews create the disciplined lifestyle that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Fourth, build wealth through value creation, whether through business ownership, skill development, investing, or multiple income streams. Focus on serving others while building systems that generate prosperity. Fifth, develop resilience to overcome obstacles. Reframe failures as education, persist longer than others, take calculated risks, and surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your success. Sixth, master the psychology of money. Believe you deserve wealth, practice delayed gratification, avoid comparison traps, and maintain focus on your own progress and goals. Finally, remember that true wealth extends beyond personal comfort to creating a lasting legacy of contribution and positive impact. The wealthy gardener's ultimate message is profound yet simple. Prosperity is available to anyone willing to plant the right seeds and tend their financial garden with consistency, patience, and wisdom. Your wealthy future doesn't depend on your current circumstances, your background, or your connections. It depends on your willingness to think like a gardener, planning for seasons ahead, working consistently regardless of immediate results, and trusting in the process of growth. The seeds of your prosperity are in your hands right now. The only question is, will you plant them today? Start where you are, with what you have, doing what you can. Your future wealthy self is counting on the decisions you make in this moment. Your garden of wealth awaits. It's time to start planting.